It's the Monday morning over here in the Netherlands, and what better way than to start this week off than with some viewer-submitted games of StarCraft 2. Now, I've been doing this for a very long time, and over the years, I've learned that the true professional gamers, right? The true grandmasters, the true cream of the crop are the people submitting these replays to me. So I'm excited to learn and, yeah, maybe incorporate a few of their moves in my own games as well. So first off, in the top left-hand corner of Curious Minds, playing here with the blue Terran SCVs, we have none other than Ivan. Or Ivan? Ivan? Not exactly sure. He's already sending out an SCV towards the other side of the map. Now, where are we going? He's actually coming up on 400 minerals. He's decided to skip a supply depot altogether. Oh my god. We're gonna go straight into a command center at the 6 o'clock position. Now, if I'm not mistaken, by the way, judging by the loading screen, I guess it was a bug in the system. Because, I mean, obviously this guy is Grandmaster League, and on the loading screen it seemed like he was gold. Although maybe GM actually means Goldmaster, and I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, his opponent... We've got ourselves an NG Bay as a follow-up as well. His opponent now is going to scout out that there is something lacking here. He clicks on the structure. Okay, you saw the little red selection outline right there. So he should realize that something is off because an engineering bay at the 1 minute mark is not quite normal. Already making a beeline, it seems. Yeah, towards the right spot. Not bad whatsoever. All right, playing here with the red Protoss pieces, we have none other than Ultimate End. Ultimate End now responds here by going for a forge, which I guess all things considered actually is not a terrible idea, although everything so far is powered here by one pylon, which might not be ideal. Probe has scouted the command center over here as well, but he's not actually attack moving. Apparently he's feeling so comfortable and so confident that he can hold this anyway, that he's decided to just sort of let that probe take a little bit of a lunch break before actually attacking the SCV. All right, command center is done. SCV has already loaded up inside of it as well. Ivan is desperately trying to mine some gas because he actually really needs it if he wants to morph in a planetary fortress inside of the opponent's main base. Not a strategy that I've seen much over the last, well, 12 years of StarCraft 2, but I'm sure Ivan has a way in which he can show us that this is supposed to be done. Alright, SCV has already popped out once again. Honestly, this is a beautiful little nuke. I love that barracks right over here too. Planetary Fortress is coming up, and I mean, the surface area here is quite terrible, right? I mean, he's hugging the command center, or he's hugging the command center right here against the cyber core as well as the gateway. Look at the amount of probes you're derping out. Planetaries take a while to morph in, but is this gonna work out? There's 2 photon cannons right now. I mean, photon cannons, shield battery, double stalker? I think this is probably a best case scenario for a planetary fortress rush. But it's probably not going to be that great, right? Unless he can target fire down all the pylons or something. I think he should target fire down the pylons. There's a lot of time here that the planetary fortress is spinning around and it's missing a few shots because of it. One hero probe over here on the left side of the command center as well. Apparently feeling very good about the whole situation. A mule is landed right now. That's not BM. No, he's going to use it to try to repair this CC back up to full. I think it's just barely. Yeah, just barely not going to happen. Hey, good crisis management right there by Ultimate End. There's not a lot of times that I... oh, no cancel on that. Anyways, there's not a lot of times where I praise a very quick forge in, well, really any matchup. Even though it can sometimes work out, I don't think it's a particularly good strat, but a defensive forge, a defensive, I guess, self-cannon rush, not necessarily a terrible situation to be in. All right, so what are we going to do now, Ivan? I mean, now we're sitting at 600 minerals, 400 gas. He's probably just saving up for something big, right? I mean, I have a hard time believing that Ivan is a man of mistakes. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, this is going to be... all calculated. He's gone straight for the building armor upgrade right now. Building armor these days actually also gives you a secondary advantage that allows you once it's done. Hello, can we please repair that? He was trying to, or sorry, can we finish that? He was trying to repair it, but he can't. Anyways, ooh, very brave moves right there by Jimmy. Can the SCV go in? No. Anyways, it also gives you the added benefit of, yeah, allowing multiple units into bunkers. I think up to 8 or so. So I've never seen someone rush out the building armor. Would have maybe been nice to have that you know, when the CC was already in the main base of the opponent. Either way, Ivan right now with his back up against the wall. So what are we doing? That upgrade, by the way, takes a long time. I've never really paid attention to how long it takes. So normally we see Terran players taking 1-1 and then 2-2 and then 3-3. And then eventually high-sec auto-tracking as well as the building armor. Yeah, apparently it's an upgrade that actually takes quite a long time. So what are we gonna do? I'm not exactly sure. In the meantime, on the other side of the map, Ultimate End, his favorite structure is the pylon. He's already at 31 out of 62. Fun fact, every single probe needs to have 2 homes to be able to return to. So Ultimate End, he's got like a vacation home in Spain as well for every single one of his workers. That's beautiful. He's exactly doubled. Oh no, there you go, dude. This is a luxury Protoss haven right here. Beautiful. In the meantime, we do have a fusion core happening on the other side of the map as well. And there's apparently going to be a tech lab building here on the factory. So I guess Ivan is planning on going 1-base battlecruiser. In the meantime, Ultimate End has also brought another probe towards the other side of the map. And apparently that one's going to start building 1 photon cannon. This is the 1 photon cannon to find them and in the darkness bind them. The 1 photon cannon to rule them all. And I think that's beautiful. Very brave. Yeah, now these stalkers can go home. Because whatever is going to come out of the Terran's main base... Look at that, by the way. Not a very common thing that we see. Oh, you can fit 6 of them right now. Okay, I said 8, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, you can fit 6 Marines right now in every single one of these bunkers. So it is going to be a 1-base battlecruiser. So let me get this straight, Ivan. Your game plan was to go Proxy, Planetary Fortress Rush... and then into 1-base battlecruiser if that failed. I'm just gonna say that that is not a particularly good strat. But it's, I guess, something that can win games. I mean, that was a clean defense for Ultimate End. Ultimate End would be in a much better spot if we would actually macro a little bit better. Because he's just not making probes, he's not really making any units whatsoever. He's just putting down a gajillion static defense and a lot of pylons here as well. Yeah, finally some workers start up once more. I think there's a Stargate. There's a robo facility. He's a little bit conflicted into what he wants to do, but... you know what? It's much better than hitting supply blocks. Not by much, but it's a little bit better at the very least. Yeah, he's scouting around the map. He's really concerned that there is some more shenanigans coming up here from the Terran players, so he's just looking everywhere, making sure that there is no proxies. Okay, a Void Ray starts up as well. Okay, battlecruiser at this point is done. It's teleported right on top of a photon cannon. I mean, this is not the 1 photon cannon, so this one's kind of weak. This is one of the ones that got given to the elves. Wisest and fairest and, you know, immortal and all that. But, you know, apparently they can still be destroyed temporarily before they will ultimately reincarnate into another photon cannon. Ooh. Hallucinated Phoenix here to chase it down together with an observer. Sentry here, very brave, laughing in the face of danger, but in the end it doesn't even matter. Already got destroyed. And right now Ivan probably has more income than his opponent. Yeah, because there's really not that many workers here, despite the fact that Protoss has 2 expansions. Or I guess 1 expansion and 1 main base. Yamato gun not done yet. So... Alright. Don't worry. I'm not concerned at all. I'm sure Ivan has a follow-up strategy that will work out like a charm. The fusion core is doing its little fusion core dance. It's beautiful. And it's gonna spit out the upgrade very soon, so that's the weapon refit. Yeah, see? Look at this! Get him! Freaking Sauron over here on the low ground. Not messing around. He doesn't need stalkers, but I guess it's nice, right? There's Saruman flying up in the air. He came from his ivory tower on the other side of the map. Anyway, okay, fine. I'll stop the analogy. This should be completely game over, right? Like, I want to believe as much as you guys do, but I do not see a way in which Ivan can win. That being said, I have been surprised many times before. Ooh, this is a battlecruiser on the hunt. Yeah, Yamato cannon. I've been, surprised many times before with viewer-submitted games. Whereas in a pro match, this game would have already been over here, because there's really no way that the Terran player can win. Especially if he doesn't send his SCVs back to mining. In the viewer games, nothing is said and done just yet. Ultimate End still has an allergy right here for probes. Still has only produced a couple of them, so he's transferred a few from the main base to the low ground, but yeah, he's making this much harder on himself than it needs to. Ivan doesn't have any production structures. He's only got one base, and yet he's still struggling to spend his minerals and gas. I mean, he's got a few production structures, I suppose. He can make another battlecruiser. It's one way of spending your money. Why are we having this epic battle over here? Why are we not just making more stuff? Alright, a couple of sentries being warped in. Reinforcing Protoss units have shown up as well. Can we get the lasers? Yeah, thick lasers. Much better than skinny lasers. That's not a planetary, or potential planetary going down, I suppose, as well as the battlecruiser there. And I think just like that, our Terran hero is getting demolished. I'm trying to think of a way in which he can win here, but I mean, there's really none, right? He does have 2 command centers, I suppose. And since there are a lot of photon cannons here sprinkled around the bases, it's not like he can just jump one battlecruiser towards the other side of the map and obtain the victory that way. Nah, I don't think it's gonna happen. He's gonna stick in the game for a little while longer, though. He still believes. That was actually a very slim defense, though, to that planetary fortress rush earlier on. Nicely done here by Protoss. Yeah, I think if Protoss was just a little bit better at macroing and actually making workers... Like, he's got 55 out of 125 supply. It's a little bit ridiculous. He can start renting pylons. I know there's a worldwide shortage to homes, right? I guess Ultimate End is making sure that he does not have any of those problems with his Protoss. I mean, this could be one hero battlecruiser here. Yeah, the battlecruiser is starting to rake in some kills. SCVs! No, why'd you guys stop repairing? Oh, it's because he had no more gas. He had 0 gas, so the SCVs couldn't repair. Alright, yeah, he just spent most of his money on the repair costs. So that's also why he decides to jump into the gas geyser right now. Ivan is not a man who will go down without a fight, but I don't see a way in which he can obtain the victory. Lands 3 mules right over there, 4 mules even. Tries to repair that 1 starport back up to full. But I think in the end, it doesn't even matter. Right from the get-go, this particular match takes place on Beckett Industries. Now, for those of you wondering why you haven't seen this map in a long time, it's because it is from the previous tournament map pool. However, for some reason, the StarCraft 2 intern at Blizzard has left this one in the current map pool as well. So it is still technically a map that you can play on, and you can win ladder games on. However, yeah, pretty much everyone has this map vetoed because it's no longer used in competitive play. Anyways, Beckett Industries. Haven't seen a game on this in, I don't know, probably like 4 or 5 months. It's been a little while. This is a ladder game that was played recently between 2 GMs, aka Gold Masters. So once again, we should be in for a treat. It's going to be a Forge first right here for our red player in the bottom left-hand corner. He goes by the name of Lorem Ipsum Dollar Sit Amet. Yeah, that's where I end. I don't know. I think that's it, right? Lorem Ipsum Dollar Sit Amet. I used to make websites before I did this whole YouTube and Twitch thing full-time. I used to do a lot of web design. And the dummy text definitely is a personal favorite. Anyways, his opponent... in the opposite corner, named after a very dangerous World of Warcraft zone, we have none other than Stranglethorn Vale. I mean, whenever I think of STV or Stranglethorn Vale, I immediately think of the sound that rogues make when they first go into stealth. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? It's like that scary, like... Okay, that's the worst impression of that sound ever, but... What are we doing right now? What I'm trying to get at is I've been ganked many times by rogues, okay? If you're one of those rogues that, like, used to gank people in Stranglethorn Vale, please unsubscribe from my YouTube channel. Nah, I'm just kidding. But seriously, though, why, man? There were always, like, a bunch of people that were, like, 10 or 20 levels higher than the ones questing in Stranglethorn Vale that were just sitting there constantly sniping. I don't know why. It was, like, one of the very first contested zones you get to, right? If I'm not mistaken, I think Stranglethorn Vale is, like, one of the first ones. where both the Horde and the Alliance could hang out together. Good times. Those stupid pages, remember all those stupid pages you had to collect? Ugh, it's the worst. Anyways, so we went for a very quick forge, and I thought it would be... Like, Lorem Ipsum went for a very quick forge. I thought it would be offensive, and an STV also made a very quick forge. But, like, neither player is using it offensively. What are we doing right now? Why did we take one gas over there? So, there's a proxy nexus at the 3 o'clock position, which is normally the third base of our player in blue, but apparently Lorem Ipsum has decided that he wants this one in particular. Taking the double gases over there too. Now STV is scouting around the map. Yeah, there you go. He scouted literally everything. Let me just point this out for a second. STV has literally been everywhere except the unnatural expansion of his opponent or the main base. Okay, and I guess the bottom right. I have no idea why this one hero probe decided to... Why are we making another photon cannon, bro? I feel like we photon cannon rush this. Make a pylon. Bam, bam, bam. Kill this base. We can't have it over here. What's going on? This entire game is really nonsensical so far. So what are we doing? What are we doing? So there's a proxy robo here. He's taking the gases really quickly. Now he's getting 4 out of 3 in one of the gases. And in the meantime, on the other side of the map, we're kind of chrono boosting out a cyber core. Not any workers? This is a weird game. Cybercore only... Now, this... I'm fairly certain it said Gold League on the loading screen, okay? But... I don't know. This doesn't... Like, this is... I mean, they're both doing a decent enough job spending their money. It's probably very low Gold League, if it is indeed Gold League. Because otherwise, I don't know what... Yeah, it would be a little bit strange otherwise, right? Because nothing here really makes sense. Like, both players have seen what the opponent is doing, but they're not reacting to what's going on at all. Alright. I also can't believe we saw 2 forges going down early, but absolutely no aggression. Like, it's 2 defensive forges. Has Red even made a photon cannon, actually? No, he's just made a forge. Alright, so it's Robo into Twilight Council from Lorem Ipsum. And it's going to be double Stargate, because of course it is, from STV. He's going to make Void Race, guys. Yeah, it's going to be Void Race. So we have a robotics facility over here and then a bunch of gateways. I guess Lorem Ipsum is feeling inspired by the way that, like, Haas plays or the way that, like, Nice plays, where you try to juggle those units. I'm really excited for the Gold League or, you know, Silver League-ish juggling that we are just about to witness with the Immortal and the Prism. Please show us how it's done. Please go and be aggressive with it, okay? That would be hilarious. Go, 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 go. Yeah, go! How many minerals do you think he's gonna have by the end of this? Where are we going? What? Oh my god, really? We're gonna go for the main base and we're taking, like, the longest route ever? What kind of GPS system is that Warp Prism using? Anyways, a couple of slow zealots just walked over here and have now taken out the one pylon that was powering all of this. What's going on right now, dude? That prism, by the way, almost made it to the other side of the map. Dark Shriner is a follow-up as well from Lorem Ipsum. Oh my god. What a disaster. Oh. Yeah, now he starts up a photon cannon. Good job, bro. In the meantime, though, the Void Rays have floated over in this direction. Come on. Come on, Prism guy. Yeah. I mean, Void Rays are by no means slow. So that's not the way in which I imagined that game would go down. Come on. Go, bro. There you go. What are we killing? What are we killing? Make a decision. Okay, the Nexus itself? That's the one decision I wouldn't have made, I'll be honest with you. I think it's a pretty bad one. Especially when you know there's Void Rays out, but the Void Rays aren't getting recalled to the main Nexus anyways, so yeah, he's gonna be able to get it. If there would have been a recall, I don't think he would have gotten it, but hey. Couple of Dark Templar now, though. So, it is worth pointing out that observers are detectors, but so are photon cannons. And there are a couple of those that STV made defensively. Oh my god. Is this the strat? We're just gonna try and right-click the opponent's neck side down? Yeah, that worked about as well as I expected. I don't think the main nexus would have needed to fall either, but at the very least, that's one way. Yeah, where the offense is once again proving to be the best defense as well. Lorem Ipsum here at the very least still has the base up and running on the 3 o'clock position. 4 more Dark Templar. Warped in. This is really awkward. Oh god, it's so awkward. Oh god. Ugh. Ah. Alright. Unpowered photon cannons do not count. You had a... No, it was the other player. I was gonna say, I thought he had a robo facility. STV, actually, right now in a little bit of trouble. Yeah. He has no form of mobile detection. Luckily, Lorem Ipsum is once again sleeping on the job. Not paying attention to what's going on here inside of the main base of the opponent at all. Doesn't notice that a pylon right there is building. But I guess it doesn't matter. You can just kill the photon cannon. Gone. Why the gas geysers, though? What did these gas geysers ever do to you? Yeah, it decides to cancel the nexus. Rather than panicking at building a robo facility, by the way. Yeah, it's super late. I guess he's just trying his... Why are we... God. Okay. I like how he activated the prismatic alignment, by the way, on the Void Race. Rather than killing the Warp STV really hasn't considered yet that, like, these Dark Templar aren't being born inside of the main base. He must realize that they're coming in from somewhere, right? Come on, STV, think! Think, dude! No? Stun, 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 stun. Vanish. Stealth. That's what that prism is thinking. Wait, where'd the prism go? Oh, what? Can you make an observer, please? Okay, yeah, he's making some right now. Oh, we're just gonna once again right-click on the next side. Nexus, because that went so well last time. Yeah, it went about as well this time too, dude. Nicely done. You got it down to, well, less than 2 health than it started with. Well done. The shields are gonna regenerate, of course, but... In the meantime, by the way, the base at the 3 o'clock position is still mining. Lorem Ipsum does have a bunch of gateways. I just realized, by the way, the amount of resources that STV has. I think this game should have been over. But Lorem Ipsum is clawing himself back into the match. Why did he not just take the natural over here? Like, I'm trying to figure out why he decided to go for this base and what the purpose of it was. Like, what advantage did this expansion have over the one in the natural? Other than being far more exposed. I guess if you can mine it out fully, it's gonna be a base your opponent can't take later on, but... Is that really worth it? Honestly, Lorem Ipsum is doing a much better job right now spending money. Now, for what it's worth, he hasn't really made any workers this game, or not a lot of them. So it's much easier. If STV were to spend his money, there's pretty much no way that he can lose. The problem is, he's royally confused about what he should be doing right now, so he decided, you know what, I guess I go back to my good old standard. I guess I put down a I can't build another Stargate. I guess I need a Cybercore. And he just plants down 1 million photon cannons. Which is gonna be decent enough, but it's giving Lorem Ipsum all the time in the world. Lorem Ipsum should be so dead. Come on. I think you can actually go. It's a lot of photon cannons. Only 2 pylons powering the majority of them, though. Yeah, Immortals are good. Or Immortal does need to be in range, though. Okay, now the Immortal's starting to help out. Can the Stalkers please target fire down things that are in the air? No. No, dude, I agree. Don't do that. God, these fights are so cringe. I mean, so good. I'm learning a lot here, is what I meant to say. Okay. All right. All right. Get him. Get him. Warp gates, by the way, were never created. So gateways are going to finish up, but they're not actually going to finish morphing into warp gates. Meaning that... God, he really has some sort of... What is up with his Nexus, man? Anyways, he's finally going to get it. Oh, no, he does have warp gate. No, he doesn't! I thought that progress bar was gateways morphing into warp gates, but that's not what it was. That is 6 individual zealots being produced. Not something we see very frequently at all. Probes, though, were evacuated and over towards the, I guess, 3rd base? Don't worry, it's only going to be a matter of time until Lorem Ipsum takes all of his units and right-clicks them onto the Nexus. That'll be your time to strike, STV. During all of this, by the way, Lorem Ipsum has built nothing. Now he warps in some zealots or some stalkers again. But he hasn't, like, improved his economical position at all. And instead he's got himself, like, 1100 gas. Yeah, look, he was already... Look, he's hitting the Nexus. Please, stop. Zealot sandwich! Get him! Get him, yeah! Get him, zealots! Alright, all of the photon cannons suddenly woke up. Photon cannons and stargates. Photon cannons and void rays. Like, is this... That's just the bread and butter, I guess, right? Previously, though, he decided to go for 2 stargates, but what he really needs now is 3. Honestly, I don't care. He should just drop his money. Like, just spend the money on units, and I think you can still win. Despite the fact that Lorem Ipsum trying really hard. There's not a prism coming up. He's got no units, though. Alright, now he's got some Dark Templar to once again put inside of the plane. You do realize you have detection, right? I guess he's just baiting them back towards the photons. Fair enough. Where are we going, dude? What are we doing right now? What is this? Amazing. Prism, once again, taking a beeline. Don't know where. We're gonna go back to the main base. I mean, honestly, there's quite a lot of things you can get inside of that main base. Man, imagine if Lorem Ipsum actually just macroed behind this, right? If he would have actually added on some more probes, maybe another base. He would have been actually in a really good spot. Because STV successfully hamstringed himself some time ago. Alright. Next is coming up at the 12 o'clock position. Lorem Ipsum thinking about the same thing right here at, like, what is this? 4? 3:45? This is, I guess, like the 11 o'clock. Kind of. This would be like 12, right? Ish. Anyways. Analog clocks, very hard. I had this discussion at some point on stream. I don't know if I've brought this up in YouTube videos before, but it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. I found out that day that apparently a lot of people that are a little bit younger do not actually realize what I mean when I say 3 o'clock position. And I was like, what? How do you... 3 o'clock? 12 o'clock? How does that not... And they basically mentioned that they are not able to read an analog clock. Like, only digit... Oh. I don't like this conversation anymore. I guess it's not... I don't like my own monologue. I should really stop talking. As someone who likes watches probably a little bit too much, that did hurt my feelings a little more, yeah, than I am willing to admit. Anyways, STV. Getting the Void Rays going. Building some additional Nexi. Now all of a sudden this army is starting to look a lot more menacing, though. Yeah. Void Rays are really the jack of all trade units. Of course, Lorem Ipsum is once again right-clicking on a freaking Nexus. What's this man's obsession with killing Nexi? Alright, look, here's the golden rule in StarCraft, okay? Always go, whenever possible... Okay, he GG's out. Always go for guaranteed damage. If you have to choose what you want to kill, go for whatever will die, for sure. It's pretty obvious, right? I mean, if you're sure that you can kill the command center or the nexus or the hatchery, it's not a bad idea. But most of the time, going after the workers or the units or the pylons or the upgrades or whatever is a much better idea. Anyways, if you have an awesome game of StarCraft 2 that you would like me to cast, go ahead and submit it to replays@LowkoTV. And obviously, shout out to the players in these games as well that submitted the games to me. Thank you.